Hello, everyone. It's Angie Thompson with Living in America, and welcome back to 25 Days of Christmas Around the World. Today, we are really talking Christmas magic in a serious way because my guest is Mr. Scott Cuthbertson, Scotland's magician, an actual magician. So, Scott, thank you for joining me for doing this. And why don't you tell me a little bit more about you and your business?
Oh, what can I say? I'm a magician and I do magic. So yeah, I've been doing it for I've been doing it a long time. That's over 30 years I've been performing professionally, and I've been full time for the last 20. In fact, this is my 21st year as a professional magician, which is just, when I think back to, when I started out and the difference to now, it's been a really good fun journey. I've enjoyed it. I've got to perform in some amazing places on paddle steamers in the River Thames and high-speed trains, which isn't good for magic when you're bouncing around in these, try pick one of those. That doesn't really work. I've worked in castles. I've just worked in some amazing places for some great people. And it's all about, my job is to make people smile, same as you're doing just now with these shows, right? You make people smile and have a good time, and that's what it's all about. And I get to meet some amazing people as well.
And I'm going to add that he can now, due to the wonderful world of Zoom, also do a show in your very own home. So if you haven't found Christmas presents yet, no matter where you are in the world, this man can do a real magic show for you, customized to your family at prices you won't believe. So you really need to check him out.
Thank you.
Oh, no, seriously. I know my kids. I hope they don't see this one until later because they're getting that for Christmas magic show.
Okay. Let me make a note of that for you.
Yeah.
Okay, sorted.
Yeah, we need to make sure they don't listen to this one. I have to hide it that day. But yeah, so I just met him the other day. I was super lucky that he fell into my lap. Someone else canceled it.
Can we just say that I didn't actually fall into her lap? Okay. Just put it out there, because you know what happens online. It'll be all over Facebook. And just recruitment techniques for her special guests. So no, it was
exactly. And I don't want his wife upset with me about falling. Yeah. So technically, he's still in Scotland. I'm still here in the States. But yeah, let's talk about. And my little Shetland sheepdog here has decided to be part of the show today too. He must have heard Scotland and perked up. I'm coming. So yeah, let's talk about Christmas in Scotland. We were just chatting before, and he was telling me that the big deal is really New Year, and it's such a cool story.
It is. It's just traditionally in Scotland, we do the Christmas thing because we really enjoy parties. Family is really huge, as it is everywhere, this time of year. So my Christmas Eve, and it's strange for me because I normally work all the way through it. So, and even Christmas Day, I normally work Christmas Day. It's a very, very nice venue. So my Christmas Day is we get up early, we do some gift sharing early, and then I go to work. And then when I finish, I phone home and say, that's me, I'm going to be about an hour, and come straight in the door, Christmas dinner, everyone around the table, and it's great. There might be even a couple of bottles of beer, just small ones, obviously. Just small ones, Scotland has this reputation for drinking. I know, it's just So and basically that, but that dinner will last for quite a while as everyone just sits around the table chatting and laughing, just playing music in the background, and having fun. But then the New Year's Eve, and I was trying to explain to Angie, there's a technical term for New Year's Eve. The correct word for it is Hogmanay. So Hogmanay, Hogmanay. That's what you call it from now on, and we'll be listening to me. And even the pubs and the bars closed early so that everyone could get home, because it was so important to be at home when the bells rang at midnight. And what you then do is the tradition called first footing, which is after midnight, who'd be the first person to visit. But that that first person visiting, would bring some whiskey and some shortbread. Shortbread's very traditional, and coal as well. When you're first footing, you would bring. I'm not sure where that bit comes from, but the whiskey is all good. And by the way, right, just if I can just make a little point here, whiskey is spelled Whisky. Okay, if it has an E between the K and the Y, it's not Scottish. Okay, so Scottish
I didn't
whiskey.
know that.
Yeah, Scottish whiskey is WHISKY, and that's the good stuff.
Okay,
And
that's important to know.
it's very important to know Hogmanay and the right spelling of whiskey. It's been very
I
educational.
learned a lot today.
And so people would come in, and we used to go up and down the street, just knocking doors, going in, having a wee dram, right, which is a shot of whiskey.
A little, yeah.
A dram is a shot of whiskey, and just moving up and down the street, and that was it. You'd be first footing with all the neighbours, and so, you know,
So, and you did say coal, right? Did you say
coal? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go. You know what? And I'm trying to think in my head, where did that come from? And I do know the answer to this, but it's kind of not there. So I'm going to go and look. Viewers, I will find out why we do the coal thing.
Okay.
So, and but there is a great phrase, and this is it. It's may lang may your lum reek.
What, say that again?
Yeah, no, basically what that means is, it means long may your chimney smoke.
Oh,
right?
wow.
And that smell of open fire, reek, R-E-E-K, is the smell.
Right.
Right, so something reeks, it's got a strong smell. Lang is a long time.
Right.
Right? It just means that because as long as there's a fire lit, you're doing well.
That's really cool.
Right, probably that little lump of coal was to add to the open fire.
That's probably it. Let's go with that.
That makes sense for me. Let's just do that then.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, that makes me sound. Could we cut out the bit where I said I can't remember? That's what we do. So it's very, very neighborly. It's getting out and about, seeing everybody, and wishing everyone a happy new year. Christmas Day is great. I love Christmas Day, and the really nice thing for me in Christmas Day is because I'm out working, doing magic for people that are already having a good time.
Yeah.
Having fun. And then when I get in the car to drive home, because it's Scotland, it'll be dark by the time we get back. And when I turn into our driveway and we've got our sparkly icicles flashing in the front door, and it's just a nice feeling.
Yeah.
When you get back for that, it's good. And it's always, my wife always does an incredible Christmas dinner, and it's just a great family thing.
What do you have for Christmas dinner? Do you do ham or turkey or goose? Or...
Turkey, definitely. Well, I demand turkey, right? and I have to have a drumstick, right? And but we also do some ham as well for the, so it's just, that's it. It's just a little bit of everything. Pigs in blankets.
Yeah, we make those.
That's a biggie. Pigs and
Everybody
blankets.
Likes a pig in a blanket.
Absolutely, it's a genius. Taking like meat and wrapping it in bacon. Oh, it's just a genius idea.
Yeah.
And and then so there'll be a wee starter. We have our main course, and then there's a really special dessert. And like I say, we'll just spend a lot of time doing that with music playing, or sometimes we've got DVDs of. Remember back in the day when TV was good.
Yeah.
Right? And you had all these wonderful Christmas specials. So I have a collection of DVDs from those days. So we put on some old Christmas specials of TV shows, and it's just nice. It's just nice.
We just did that last weekend. My family every year has a Christmas candy and cookie night that we do like 2 weeks before Christmas.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we sit around and drink a bunch of Jim Beam, and I'm from Kentucky, so we do bourbon.
Oh! By the way, I'm a big fan of your work.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so we do that, and we watch those old Christmas shows like the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty and all the stuff that you used to wait up to see on TV.
Yeah, but we always have a special night coming up. The next week we'll sit down and watch the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Aww.
Because
Muppet Family Christmas, because that's another.
Yep. Basically, Muppets and Christmas in the title is going to be a good combination.
Yeah.
And it's like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, right? I got to be honest, I'm the only one here that likes it. But again, it's traditional. You've got to watch that. So yeah. But basically, it's all about family, because Christmas Day, I'm very, very busy up to Christmas Day. And then I get a little lull. And then we get kicked in for New Year. So again, I'll be working.
You mean Hogmanay?
Hogmanay, yeah, but I was translating for your global audience.
Thank you.
I like the way you remember these things, Angie. That's awesome. And yes, I'll work a chunk of Hogmanay as well, which is nice. But what's even nicer is I get to go home because everybody else is there till midnight. And it's not, this one's good. It's not far away. It's only about half an hour.
Nice.
So I can get in, get changed out of the suit, and yeah, we sit back. There was a really old Scottish TV comedy series called Scotch and Rye, which always went out on Hogmanay on the lead up to midnight, and that's still a tradition we do. So it's putting on an old Scotch and Rye show, and you know, these are 30, 40 years old.
Oh yeah.
40 plus years old. It's like, wow, how old am I?
I hate that too. I hate saying things.
Why is it the 1980s, right? The 1980s were that long. Sorry, just as a side, I do a radio show. Or I'm on a radio presenter in a local radio station here, only for fun, right? So it's not, I don't do it, I'm not paid for doing it. I do it purely because I enjoy doing it. And, you know, you play something from the 80s and you say, here's something you remember. And then you realize that most of your audience absolutely won't remember it because they weren't, you know, around then.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So music's important as well. So we fill our holiday time with lots of music.
Oh my gosh, you are so fun. I was convinced before this that the kids were getting a magic show from one of the funniest people I've met. Now I know they will. So
hey, you know, but what to do is we'll do something anyway, right? Even if, because what I've been doing for some people is I've been recording like a little 10-15 minute magic video.
Oh,
which then you can use obviously at any time, but just drop me a couple of names in for who'll be watching, and you know, we can give shout outs during it as well. And it's just fun. It's weird doing these shows when there's nobody watching.
Yeah.
You know, because you're used to people kind of joining in, but at the same time, it's magic. You know, you have to perform magic or it goes away.
Yeah.
And we're not losing any magic, not in my watch. So get to do in these shows is I get to perform pieces of magic that I don't normally get to perform at a show for one reason or another. You know, sometimes they're too small for a stage show, you know, but they're great pieces of magic. So and doing it on making videos gives me a chance to get them out there and to show off to people and say, look, because there's really great magic out there that just doesn't get performed now because it's not like cool, and you know, and it's sadly the case, you know, but they're wonderful pieces of magic, so they have to be shown. They've got to be shared, otherwise they'll die. And like I say, that's not happening. Not in our watch. That's not happening. But some of the amazing magical creators from 60, 70 years ago, you know, we have to keep their memory alive by presenting their magic.
And just feeling that magic is real, it changes the world. You know, it's such a dark, dreary place anymore right now with so much bad stuff. It's so nice to see something.
The thing is, it's not all bad stuff. There's bad stuff, but there's a really good stuff out there as well. Yeah. You know, and sometimes we don't see that, but there is really good stuff. And just, you know, it's like one of my favorite places to go, right? It's a seaside resort in England called Blackpool. Right now, Angie, if you came over and I took you around Blackpool, you'd go, what the? Because it's a bit of a, you know, it doesn't look good. But because I've got so many memories of doing some fun things there, right? Then I wear blinkers and see those run down tacky bits. I just don't look at them. And I only look at the nice shiny bits, you know. And it's kind of like how it's a nice way to look at the world sometimes, you know. Look at the nice shiny bits, kind of put blinkers on so we know the other stuff is there, and it's that stuff that doesn't really go away for very long, but you can put blinkers on and ignore it for a little while and just make yourself feel better. Just see the happy stuff, and share the happy stuff. So let's do a campaign, right? See on Facebook, let's not share the negative things. Let's only share good stuff, and then the negative stuff will disappear from our feeds.
Wouldn't that be great? I gotta tell you, mine is going that direction now. I
Yeah.
think because the more you do that, the more those people are drawn to you. Like Kung Wei always says, law of attraction, right? Law of
Yeah,
attraction
absolutely,
happens.
absolutely. And I'm very lucky. I know some amazing people around the world that I like to keep in touch with, and it's good. They're all very nice, happy, positive people.
Yeah. And
With
speaking of
us,
positive and happy, I think we should also check out your sidekick, Shadow. Has
Shadow,
they're very his rabbit has is it him or her?
her, oh, definitely a her.
Oh yeah, she's a diva. She's a
She's a
diva.
total diva. She's a
She
total.
has
In
her own
fact,
TikTok channel.
yeah, she has TikTok. She writes a blog in my website,
Oh, does
right?
she? Okay.
And I don't come out of it very well. I mean, I'm just called Magic Guy. She doesn't even bother to put my name in it. And it's basically, I mean, there was a rant when the Oscar nominations came out, and she was missed over it again,
Oh,
because she has appeared in
why?
magic videos. So, obviously she should be a part of that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can go and grab her just now, because she actually lives in the house. I used to have an office through that side, which is why I'm looking over there. And
Okay.
I emptied my office out so I could put her deluxe 2-story bunny accommodation it's got a big run round it because she does like to chew things when we're not looking. So, but she does come out, and she is very much part of the family, and she sits on my shoulder to watch TV.
Oh my God.
She is just the coolest little rabbit, but with an attitude.
With an
You
attitude,
know,
but I'm
yeah,
already smiling, so I'm sure that following her on TikTok. Can you
yeah.
imagine? I can't wait to tell my nieces and nephews, hey, have you guys checked out Shadow?
This,
And they'll be looking for some cool rock star. I'm like,
yeah,
it's a rabbit.
there's a video on there where I'm trying to show her a trick, right? And they get part of the way through it, and she just turns it back on me. That's exactly the type of rabbit we're dealing with here.
This
You know,
really is a diva.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But it's all part of it. And you know what? It's a little bit of fun. It's a little bit of nonsense, and that's what I mean. You create fun things that people can just have a bit of a grin and a giggle at, and that's okay. That's absolutely
Yes,
okay. It's
absolutely.
I
That's what it's
try
all
not to take
about.
myself too seriously. I take magic very seriously because magic, if it's done properly, can be an art. I'm not saying I do that, especially if you see me, but there are some amazing magicians out there who take magic, like Shin Lim, who's from America's Got Talent. I think he's won that a couple of times now. What he does, he's a true magical artist. With what he does, he's like young, talented, and good looking. So I don't like him that much, but
I
you
can see
know,
why.
there are some amazing magicians out there who have elevated what we do, and I quite like standing on their shoulders and being able to join in.
Oh my gosh, Scott, you are such a delight. I really had a great time talking to you, and
Do this again. We'll talk about, because I want to hear about American traditions, like the Halloween stuff, the trick or treat stuff, and Thanksgiving, because we keep saying Happy Thanksgiving, but we see snatches of the kids doing their wee speeches and wee historical moments and things like that, and so we need to do this where you get interviewed
okay, you can
and
say
talk
the
about, let's do that, and we'll talk about, because this is a really small world now.
Yeah, it
you know
really is.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we should know more about each other. Anyway, I'm doing your job now. I'll stop talking and let you do your bit.
Well, I think we all know I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of winging it, but that's okay.
That
That's what
works.
makes it fun, right?
Absolutely.
Well, Scott, thanks again. And you gave me a new idea. So every time I do one of these, I have more ideas. Now I just need more people
Wonderful.
to make all these happen. But I love
Well,
it.
let me know what countries you still need, and we'll see who we can get hold of for you.
No. Well, the next series is Lockdown Laughs. So we're going to
Okay.
talk to all kinds of people about all the crazy things that happened during your lockdown. Like South Africa had tunnels into the liquor stores. We've got all kinds of crazy stories going on. So we'll have to have you on that one too, because I know that you will bring some laughs for us.
Dude, you know what? It's if I can make somebody smile, then yeah, that works for me.
Yep.
Hey everybody, I thought I'd better do a little bit of magic for you after being in Angie's show. I think it's only fair. Thanks to Angie for letting me do this, by the way. It's really, really good fun. I was talking to Angie about some pieces of magic that, if you don't take them out and show them to people, the magic doesn't exist anymore. So I've got one of those for you, something I got a long, long time ago in a magic shop in Glasgow, where I stay. And let's just do it. And it's this. I know there may be a clue in the name there. Might be a clue in the name. But all this is, it's a little frame. It's just a frame. And a spring. And there's a spring in the middle. There's nothing else in the gap. Just that spring clips into there. That's all it does. He says, no, get it back in. So, you need something to fit the hole. So you need something thin like a chopstick. But I'm going to use a pen because I just have the pen lying around. So we put the pen into the hole, and then it pushes through. There. Okay, so we get the pen, it pushes through the invisible zone. Why is it called the invisible zone? Because now the middle of the pen has disappeared. I see you need more. Well, look, because obviously that spring could be something that is reflecting it or hiding it, but it's the same as before. The spring comes out, the pen still goes through, and there's nothing in that space at all. Isn't that cool? It really is. That's why I love certain bits of magic. I don't use this when I'm out working because... Oops, hang on. Let me just get everything back as it was. There you go. But it's a beautiful piece of magic that was created by a very clever person. And now I've done it and you've seen it. The magic lives on.